Hello, I'm Dr. Mangla Devi. I'm a fertility specialist and gynec and obstetrician. I work at Smile Baby IVF and as a chief consultant in KC Raju Multi-Speciality Hospital and Ashishuka Hospitals. We come to know of this factor by doing a couple of tests on the patient. We see that in around 10 to 15% of the cases, the uterus may be the cause of infertility. So in such patients or in all patients, we try to assess the uterus prior to taking out any kind of fertility treatment. So some of the common treatments that are available is to use a transvaginal ultrasound. So this is a very common ultrasound and it is done through a vaginal route. So through this route, we assess the uterus, we assess the cavity of the uterus, the endometrial thickness and the walls of the uterus. In addition, we can also assess if there are any assisted pathologies such as other abnormalities in the surrounding structures like in the ovaries or the pelvis. So this is the advantage of a transvaginal ultrasound. It is commonly available and it is very easy to use and painless. However, if we find and detect some pathology in the ultrasound, we usually go ahead and confirm it with the help of, earlier we used to do what is known as a HSG or SSG. So this is a hysterosalpingogram or a sonosalpingogram. But nowadays we have moved on to other technologies. So these technologies such as HSG or SSG used to include the insertion of a dye into the uterus, and then we would visualize the shape of the uterus and the uterine cavity and its spillage into the tubes and the pelvis with the help of an X-ray in the case of a HSG and an ultrasound in a case of a SSG. So through this we would notice several other pathologies of the uterus, and this in turn would give us a clue as to what kind of treatment we can take. However, these techniques are now outdated and they are not used as a primary modality of confirmation. Nowadays, we use the gold standard hysteroscopy. In hysteroscopy, a small scope is passed into the uterus and its cavity, and in this scope usually has a camera fitted on it. So through this, we can directly visualize whether there are any abnormalities in the size of the uterine cavity and in the shape of the uterine cavity. We can also ascertain if there are some intrauterine adhesions or if there are any other pathologies like polyps or fibroids, and also the location of the tubal ostia. So this is a gold standard because not only can we directly visualize, but we can also treat the pathology simultaneously in the same sitting. Along with that, a hysteroscopy also has the advantage that we can also do directed biopsies of the endometrium. That is, we can take a sample of the endometrium and we can also send it for testing. Now we also have a few other modalities like MRI and a 3D ultrasound that have come out newly. However, their role in IVF or in the diagnosis of uterine pathologies prior to infertility treatment has not been confirmed. Of course, these treatments are much cheaper, but they still have a long way to go before we use them as one of the major modalities. So by doing the assessment of the uterine cavity through a hysteroscopy, it is seen that the chances of pregnancy are nearly doubled. So prior to an IVF, we always advise patients, especially in India, to undergo a hysteroscopy and a directed biopsy before undertaking an IVF or any other kind of infertility treatment. However, in countries abroad, we usually advise a hysteroscopy only in case of IVF failure. Whatever it is seen that all these modalities help in increasing the success rate of IVF. Thank you.